I don't know this for certain, but I suspect that there's not another member of Congress who has the experience that I have in nursing homes. You see, I was a consultant pharmacist in nursing homes, so I spent hours on end in nurses' stations, going over patients' chart, making drug recommendations for those patients. And I've witnessed firsthand the work. Ms. Hughes, you mentioned, you told stories about CNAs. I was there at night. I was there on the weekends. I saw what great value you bring in CNNs and CNAs and LPNs, and I don't understand why they're left out of this. That baffles me, but I just want you to know how much I appreciate the work that you do. This is more than just work. This is a calling, and just as I feel like I've been called to serve here in Congress, I feel like people who work in nursing homes, it's more than just the money, and money's important. There's no question about that, but it is extremely important. And you know, Ms. Hughes, you mentioned about good days and bad days, and I can take it one step further. I've seen nursing homes, I'd walk in the morning and they'd be great, clean, and everything's great in just a couple of hours. When you've got that many people together, particularly this patient population, it can just fall apart. And all of a sudden, there's just, you know, the smell of urine throughout the facility and just trash everywhere. And it's not anyone's fault. It's just the way that it is in the nursing home situation. So again, I want you to know how much I appreciate it. Ms. Schumann, you said that these are compassionate and selfless people, and you're right, they are. And they deserve this. What they do for these patients is extremely important. You also mentioned, Ms. Schumann, some of the things that we might be able to do, like student loan forgiveness, in order to attract attract people to the facilities and employees. And I wanted you to elaborate on some of the things you feel like we can do to get more people involved in this, because it really is a calling and really is necessary.
Thank you, Representative, for your question. Yes, student loan forgiveness would be amazing. The cost of becoming a licensed practical nurse or a registered nurse is astronomical. Pass-through tax credits that go to individuals who choose to work in our profession would go directly to them on their tax returns would be amazing. I just also want to point out that currently there are over thousands of foreign-born nurses who have the appropriate visas to enter the country, who have not yet been interviewed to enter the country. That would provide us immediate relief as well.
That's great. Thank you for mentioning that as well. Ms. Hughes, do you have any idea, any suggestions on what we could do to attract more people into this? I mean, look, this is, when you say selfless, this is selfless. I mean, I've seen it. I've been there hours on end, and I know what you do, and I don't know what it would take, you know, to attract more people to doing this type of work.
Well, when it comes to the credentials, maybe having portable credentials. People come from out of state who've been doing this job forever, but essentially have to start all over, take the class, take the certification test to be able to walk into a nursing home and do the work that they've been doing for 20 years.
Sure.
So,
sure.
You know, making that a little bit easier would go a long way. But just doing whatever we can to improve the conditions in the home. The number one thing that I hear from people is that, you know, they're being given too many residents at a given time to do a good job.
Well, I want you to know that I think that these policies that are being promulgated here and being proposed are horrible. This is going to lead to nursing homes closing. In fact, almost 80% of facilities would be forced to close if this went through. And that shows you just the tone deafness of HHS and CMS in trying to propose something like this. They have no clue as to what I've seen and witnessed in my years of practice as a consultant pharmacist and the work that you do. And this is I've been in touch with the Georgia Nursing Home Association. They've already expressed to me their concern about this and how it's going to be devastating to the nursing homes. And where will these people go? Where are they going to go? I mean, the number one reason that a lot of them are in nursing homes to begin with is medication administration, because they need help in administering their medications and getting there properly like they should be. So that is something that we have to keep in mind as well. But I'm glad I had the opportunity to ask you questions and to and to be able to speak to you, because I want you to know how much I appreciate everything that y'all do. This is truly something that I have for years admired, and thank you all for being here today.